Hello, this is Courtney Dade from CSD Marketing and Consulting, and this is the Phoenix Project. As a business coach and consultant, I felt very strongly that I needed to connect with my community of small business owners and entrepreneurs during the COVID-19 crisis. So I created the Phoenix Project to bring together a variety of subject matter experts for candid conversations. We're providing real insights and actionable advice to help us as we navigate through this crisis and work together to create a new normal. My theory is that together we get through this because, like the phoenix, from the ashes, together we'll rise. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Phoenix Project. Today, I am super excited to be interviewing a friend, a client, and someone that I'm a loyal customer to, Ms. Jay Bowman of Jay's Precious Cargo. Thank you so much for joining me.
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, so just to kind of let everybody or remind everybody, the Phoenix Project is really something that I put together that is here to support small business owners and entrepreneurs on how to navigate through our new normal. So we've all been kind of, well, not kind of, we've all been sheltered in place. And because of the COVID-19 and coronavirus, a lot of us are starting to reopen. I know out here in California, as of yesterday, some businesses are starting to reopen. And so now we're kind of discovering what's next. What is this going to look like? And so I've pulled together a bunch of my friends and colleagues that are different subject matter experts of all kinds of things to kind of help us all navigate, because my theory is the way that we're going to get through this is together. So with that being said, Jay, I would love for you to kind of introduce yourself, tell everybody about who you are and about Jay's Precious Cargo, and also if you wouldn't mind telling us like what was the inspiration behind the brand and all that fun stuff. So you can go ahead and take it away.
Okay. Well, basically, my name is Jay. I have a bath and body company called Jay's Precious Cargo, and pretty much I hand make all of my own products without the gunk. That's just the best way that I can put it. So I use a lot of natural botanicals and ingredients that are very good and nurturing for the skin. My inspiration probably behind my brand was probably, I don't know, I'm a very DIY person. So I kind of, at one point I was running out of a product that I was, getting from this huge company. And I'm thinking, okay, well, let me just make it myself. It's just, and it was a sugar scrub. And I'm thinking, well, it's just sugar and oil. And so when I looked on the ingredient label to actually see exactly what they used, it was mineral oil and a bunch of other junk. But I know that like mineral oil is horrible. Like it coats your skin. It doesn't let your skin breathe. And I was like, oh my gosh, this whole time I've been putting mineral oil like all over my body. So that's what kind of made me want to say, okay, well, I'm sure I can make a sugar scrub and make it more healthier, to the skin. So
Yeah.
kind of what spun everything off, and it just kind of started from there. So
No, I think
uh,
that's amazing because I'm 100% not a DIY person. So the fact that you looked at a label and thought I could do this is beyond me. I don't even know how you do it, but I love that you do. So Jay has incredible products. Me and my family, we fight over her bath bombs and the oils, and my son likes to take hour-long baths with her products. It's a mess. So it's like they're wonderful. But you want to talk about some relaxation during the shelter in place. I just couldn't get these people out the bathtub. It was hilarious. So in the article or the interview that we did before, which thank you very much for taking the time in that, and I'll have links to that. But in the article, one thing that you mentioned was, as a self-care expert, and I'm calling you that for sure, but like how important it is to take care of yourself. So I was hoping you could touch on the importance of, stress relief, especially during this time. There's a lot of uncertainty, and any ways that you would recommend people can like kind of reduce that, because I don't know, it's not helpful at this point. And so I would love if you could kind of chime in and give us some information on that.
um, well, for me, the importance of self-care is it's kind of monumental basically for your mental health mainly. People think that, okay, yeah, she just makes bath bombs and oils, and how is that how does that help you to relieve stress? Well, when you're stopping to take care of you, that is a stress reliever. A lot of people, we're running around, we take care of everything and everyone else. We're taking care of the house, we're taking care of the kids, we're taking care of, elderly parents. We're doing so much, but we're not realizing that we are getting burnt out because we're not taking care of ourselves. So that's why, I make pampering products that you can actually do at home and, pamper yourself. Who doesn't have time for a 10-minute bath? I like to spend longer, but it's just a 10-minute bath. You know what I
With my
mean?
son.
Yeah, and it's very, very relaxing. You can just kind of take yourself away for, just a moment. So, self-care, and it's more than just taking baths. Self-care is, basically you just taking time to take care of you. You taking time to just stop and breathe and say, am I okay? What's not okay? What do I need to do? What do I need to change, basically? So.
That's important. That asking that question, are you okay? Have there been
Right.
times over the past few weeks where you felt like you just weren't okay?
Yeah. Yeah, there were probably some times where I just kind of thought like, okay, I think I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I'm not okay, because I pretty much got thrown into being a, first grade homeschool teacher. I don't have, it's kind of embarrassing to say, but I don't have the best patience in the world, but I did muscle through it and I did learn that, every child learns differently, so you just have to kind of take different approaches. So once I learned that, it was a quick adjustment, but once I learned that, it was, it was smooth sailing, but it was a bit frustrating. Sometimes change can be, period, because it's just a change from what you're used to doing every
Yeah.
single day. So that can, and plus I'm still working from home, my full-time job. So I'm literally at the table all day. Like, I feel like I'm tied to this table, for teaching her and, doing my job too. So yeah, there were times where I had to ask, are you okay? Like, I think I need to take a day off and just lay here and look at the ceiling for a minute.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
kind of like,
man. And I think that's a perfect reaction. You got to do what you have to do to take care of you. And especially being a parent, I'm a homeschool mom on purpose, not because I was thrust into it, but I have days too where I'm like, ooh, we doing a staff development day because I can't even take this right now. And so I get it. And I felt a lot of sympathy for parents that didn't choose that life and that were just like, I don't know what to do with that kid. So congratulations. We're almost.
I know so many people who aren't doing anything. Like, they are, like, I've talked to some people and they're just, even though the school provides resources for us to, still teach our children and stuff like that, there are parents that are just like, hey, you know what? I just let my kid wake up when they wake up and watch TV and do it. I'm just not built like that. Like, my
Right.
dad, like, my parents are teachers and principals. Like, I'm not built like that,
Yeah.
so now I kind of get it all in during the week so that she can have Fridays off. So it's kind of like I have Fridays off too. So that's the way I kind of structured it. But yeah.
That's really smart. Get a little 3-day weekend in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's perfect. Okay, great. Well, let's talk about so one of the things that I love about what you do, even when we're not in pandemic and in the storm that we're currently in, is that you are such an innovator. And I feel like that's going to be one of the most important things that we have to do as we navigate through this, because things are going to change. Like, the way we do business will change. And so keeping ahead of it and navigating, coming up with fresh new ideas. I know that you were able to still service your customers online, but then even your local customers, you had a no-touch way of being able to deliver their products, which was innovative and great, and continue to serve your customers. So
Yeah.
can you just tell me where do you get the inspiration, or how did you know how important it was to innovate within your product line, within your products? Because I know I'm lucky enough to sometimes be a product tester, or I'll get a new formula. And I love that. I'm like, this girl doesn't stop. Like, something I think is amazing, like this body butter is amazing. You're like, hey girl, I got a new formula. Can you tell me how you feel? Like, you just, I mean, and how does perfect get better? I don't know, but you figure it out
Yeah.
every time. So how did you know that was important, and what do you think is going to be important moving forward as far as innovation in your business goes?
I don't even know if it's more of just me being an innovator. I think it's more of me just being the type of person that doesn't like to feel like I'm stagnant or in the same place. So it was kind of like, okay, yeah, I have a product. Can I make this product better? Sure. How? Okay. So let me do that. Okay, so here I have another product. Well, what can I do? From labels to, I'm also like a perfectionist too. So I think that kind of makes it look like I'm being innovative, but I'm more so like critiquing myself. But then I kind of started to realize that it was kind of hard to get a lot of stuff done by me being a perfectionist. So I had to go with progress over perfection. And I think that that's what kind of made it look like I'm, really innovating my products. But it is important to do that because that's exactly what I plan on doing as I come out of this, what I'm going to call a rebirth, is kind of, switching a few things up and kind of, changing my products. And it is important to do because, you don't want people to think,
It's okay.
you don't want, there's just always room for improvement, until there isn't room for improvement,
Right.
So, it's always just good to, switch things up, offer new things, offer new fragrances. And that's always just fun anyways, because I'm always stumbling on like, oh my gosh, I just created something bomb,
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I got a new paparazzi's my latest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my new favorite. I'm like, I'm a superstar. So with that being said, I got all excited thinking about what's next, but can you tell us like what are some of the things you have coming up as far as Jay's Precious Cargo, any products? And I know you said you're kind of you're in your rebirth, which is perfect. That's part of, the process of transformation that I'm kind of teaching during this. And so rebirth is exactly where we're going. Rebirth, renewal, like we gonna make this our creation instead of falling into what's doing. Like we want to create our own reality and our own new normal.
Right.
So tell us what's in store for Jay's.
Well, as I was able to kind of finally, and I don't really even know what changed, but as I was finally able to kind of, I guess, sit down and take a deep breath, not having to, because really the only thing that's changed for me is my commute during the day. I'm not commuting to work. I'm not going to pick my child up. I'm not, so just even that is, time out of my day. So as I kind of stopped doing that and stopped to think about, just the things that I wanted to do, masks, like things for the face, are like extremely important to me. I don't know why I just gravitate towards that so much. So I've been able to take time to like really, really formulate my masks, different masks that, solve different problems for the skin. So I will be introducing a couple of different masks, systems, basically faces. So masks, serums, and different oils for the face. So I'm kind of like really, really excited about that. My labels will look a little different too. I'm going to be changing the name of, I'll be changing the name of a few of my products. The body frosting definitely is going to stay the same, but the sugar scrub will be called something different, and everyone will have to kind of wait to see what that'll be. But my products are different. Like my sugar scrub, it's really not a sugar scrub. Like the texture of it is so different to where like it's not abrasive, it's not, and I mean that comes from all the product testing. You've helped me from sugar scrub from like A1.
I love it. I remember the first one was like sandpaper, and then by the time I was like, oh, this is everything. And then the oils that you would put in there meant that my skin came out and I didn't have to put anything else on because I'm like I'm oiled, y'all. And just like skin was soft, like touch my arm, touch my arm, touch my arm.
And that was the goal because like we're all such busy people, I don't really want to get out of the tub after I've washed my whole body. I don't really want to get out the tub and then sit down and have to put on lotion too. Let me just do it all in the shower and be done with it. You know what I mean? So that is one of the perks of my sugar scrub. But yeah, it's going to be called something different after this rebirth. So yeah, just a few things are going to look different. And then I will also have a few more products too. So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too. Perfect. So I guess any last thoughts, any like words of wisdom or advice that you would have for people out there as we kind of are pushing into the new norm? Any just last words? The last words that you had in the article I loved, and so everybody will have to read those. But if you have any other like nuggets of wisdom you'd like to share, I'd love to give you the floor for that.
I mean, basically just stay prayerful because, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. And I mean, it's clear that a lot of these experts don't know either, you know, what's really, really going on. And this virus has come and it has basically shook the whole world, you know, so it's just important to just stop and, you know, make sure that you're okay, whatever that may look like for you, whether it's, you know, hey, let me sit down and have a drink and just kind of like de-stress. Let me just go sit in my backyard, get a change of scenery. You know, sometimes I'm sitting at this table and I'm thinking, okay, let me let the windows open, get some fresh air in. Okay, let me go outside and sit on the patio. Hey, let me, you know, go out in the front. Let me make things look different so that I'm not feeling like I'm just enclosed in these four walls. You know what I mean? So just whatever de-stressing looks like for you, make sure you take time to do that so that you're not getting burnt out, you know, as we're going back into what's hopefully a new norm. And that's pretty much it. You know, my main thing, like I said, is to stay prayerful. And that's the only advice that I have, because that's pretty what works for me. You know, it keeps me out of fear. It keeps me, you know, just strong. I have children, so I don't have room to close my door and just buckle down and just melt down. You know what I mean? I have to, you know, do it for them. So, yeah.
Which is great. Awesome. So thank you so much for your time. Jay'sPreciousCargo.com is where you can find her boutique. And any information that we have on offers or things, I'll make sure to include them with this video. Also, you'll be sure to read her article, because there's a lot of great information about just the kind of things we were talking about, how important self-care is, how much, you know, strong faith has kind of carried her through, and the things that you can be looking for in your own businesses and in your own personal lives to get through this next part. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. And yeah, I look forward to seeing all of these new products. I'm gonna start saving up. Oh, I know. I'm super excited. I'm the worst. I'm like, what you got? What you got? All right, girl. Have a great day and give baby girl a kiss.
Okay,
Hugs and kisses for us. Okay. Thank you. Bye.